it's safe to say that Solo, he's cooked. He's done for. After what happened tonight and him losing the United States Championship to Sami Zayn, the same guy that has beaten him on previous SmackDowns 2 times prior to tonight, I think it's very safe to say. I think a lot of us can be confident in saying, Solo, enjoy catering. The MFTs, your family members, y'all can be in a line behind him in catering, eating your favorite Samoan dish because it's over. It's done. I was not expecting Solo to lose, only because he already lost twice on SmackDown as the champion, got pinned by Sami. I want y'all to really understand how wild this is. Sami has already pinned him twice as the champion, which I've never been really a big fan of champions getting pinned before a championship match. I've just never been a big fan of that. But the fact that it happened twice on SmackDown, only for you to lose a third time to the same guy, and this time they take your title, I don't think I've seen that before. That's wild. And to even break it down even more, the only times he's won is I want to say he won it originally, obviously, from Jacob Fatu. That was on a pay-per-view, a PLE. And then he won it, or he retained it, I think in that steel cage match that they had. He retained it then, and that's it. I don't think he has any other wins as the United States champion, at least on SmackDown, because every time on SmackDown is either a disqualification or he would get pinned and lose the match. That's wild. He has more losses as the United States champion than wins. How? And he has a group. He has a faction. Think about that. When's the last time you seen a wrestler with a multi-man faction not winning matches? How is that even possible? He went from a group in the OG bloodline to winning everything, to having his own bloodline, his MFTs, and they all lose. The only good thing that came out of that was Jacob. Jacob was the only good thing that came out of that. Everything else has just been jobber status, catering generals. I don't know what else to say. I don't think I've seen a group outside of the Nexus. That's the one group I can think of. The Nexus, and then if y'all remember the Core, that was horrendous too. They weren't really good factions. So it has happened, but it's very rare that you see someone, especially the leader of a faction, always lose. And the group doesn't seem scary. They don't seem dominant. They just look like a whole bunch of people following a loser. That's wild, bro. And when you really think about it, then there was no point of even putting the United States Championship on Solo if it was just going to be this horrendous. This has to go down as one of the worst United States Championship runs. It's up there because nothing really happened. The title didn't get elevated at all. It didn't get elevated. The only thing that came from it is obviously Jacob Fatu having the title at one point, and then he dropped it to Solo, and nothing came from that. That's it. Now Sami has it. We'll see what they do with Sami as the United States champion. I think this is his first time ever being a United States champion. So we'll see what happens with that. But damn, bro. This is so wild. I was not expecting him to lose tonight. I was not expecting that at all. His group is useless. He is useless at this point. Nobody's going to take Solo seriously. I mean, the writing was on the wall when they had him beat John Cena with what was that? 6 Samoan spikes. Only for this nigga to go on a 0-22 losing streak. Y'all remember that? This is the same guy. Yeah, bro. Solo's cooked, bro. Solo is. I hate to say it like that, but the only head of the table Solo is going to be at is catering. I heard Apollo Crews, he's the head of the catering table, so he may have to take it over with Apollo Crews. But outside of that, bro, that's the head of the table. The battle is going to be for head of the catering table, because this is ridiculous, man. Also, I want to talk about the whole interaction with Logan Paul and John Cena. First and foremost, Leon, you guys were amazing. Y'all brought the energy as I expected with only 11,000 people, even though 11,000 is not a small amount. Y'all were loud as hell. So I can only imagine on Sunday, reportedly, it's going to be over 30,000 people there. It's going to be insane. So can't wait to see that. Their interaction, they started off the show, was actually pretty good. Even though John didn't try to get his lick back, you know what John is really good at? Delivering a promo and cooking you in a promo. And he pretty much did the extension of that tonight. But the most noticeable thing that I wanted to talk about is the kid. The kid from, I forgot where they were overseas, early in John Cena's heel turn, where he pointed at the kid and the kid was just sitting there and he basically called him toxic. He was there tonight, and John put it in his promo. What makes you, a great individual is being able to realize your mistakes and apologize for your mistakes when you're having a bad day. He made it his mission to go out there. He found the kid. The kid had his phone and stuff. Crowd going crazy, and he apologized to the kid. He's like, hey, I want to say I'm sorry. I was having a bad day. I appreciate you. All is right with the world, y'all. All is right with the world. Because I always thought that was funny. The kid didn't do nothing. He was just sitting there, and John just called him toxic. He's like, well, what did I do? But he was at the show. He made it right with him, and all is right with the world. Hey, I'm glad you did that, John, because we could have had a future villain on our hands, but I think the crisis is averted. I don't think he's going to go on that villain arc because you made it right. So thank you, John, for being the good hero that you are. You made it right because, man, who knows what that kid would have turned out to be. Oh, man, why John Cena said, fuck me? What did I do? So I thought that was actually pretty dope. And kudos to John. He makes you care. Do I think this match will be entertaining? I think that it has the makings of it being entertaining. Like I said in my preview and prediction, the crowd is going to bring the energy, and I think that's going to be the best part of this match. Just the interaction with the crowd, because they were electric for this promo segment. They were giving Logan Paul all the nuclear heat, and they were giving John Cena all the babyface praise you can ask for. So I am looking forward to that. I think that's going to be good. Also, they added one more match to the card. Tonight was a number one contendership to see who was going to go against the Wyatt Six for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. And you had the Street Profits doing their little interview talking about getting ready for the match. You see Bo Dallas walk up to him, and he basically said, when you guys lose to me, are y'all still going to be brothers in the end? That's what I'm really interested to see. And I like that because they're planting seeds, because you can see they started to look at each other a little bit differently. And I like that they're planting those seeds. They're planting the seeds of doubt, like, will y'all still be on the same page? Will y'all consider each other brothers once y'all lose again? And they did the same thing to The Miz and Carmelo. He went into their locker room as they're getting hyped, getting ready for the match. Bo Dallas went into their locker room. He was like, hey, I just want to know, are y'all going to be on the same page? What's going to happen here? Like, he's basically planting seeds of dissension between both teams, which I really do appreciate. And we actually seen a little bit of that happen in the match as the Wyatt Six pulled up ringside. The Miz froze. We already know The Miz got PTSD from them. So The Miz froze, and because he froze, he ended up costing them the match, and Carmelo ended up getting pinned. So I do think we're going to really see a rift between these guys, and there's going to be some type of altercation at some point, because I'm sure Carmelo's going to be really pissed about how all of this played out. So it's going to be interesting to see how that is going to play out. We are now supposed to have the Street Profits versus the Wyatt Six for the SmackDown titles at Clash in Paris. So that's the extra match added. So I'm looking forward to that. Most likely, the Wyatt Six are going to retain, because you want to kind of pay off the storyline of what's going to happen now that the Street Profits lost. Are they still going to be brothers, or is somebody going to feel some type of way? And that is what I'm really, really interested in seeing, and I want to see if they're going to actually pay that off. But outside of that, it's been a pretty, pretty chill SmackDown. Once again, the crowd was very electric, so I can't wait to see how much energy they're going to have on Sunday. But hey, at the end of the day, I just want to say this, man. If you're ever in a situation where you're feeling down, you're feeling bad, you had a bad day, maybe you had a bad week, maybe you had a bad couple of months, always remember, you're not solo Sakoa, because it can't get no worse than losing to the same guy 3 times in a row with family members to back you up and help you, only for you to drop the title and then go back to catering. Think about that. Put that in perspective. But I appreciate all love and support. Road to 150K. Appreciate y'all kicking in with me. See you on the next one. Peace.